Hey y'all, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the one sister wife that I've not really dove into, and that is Robyn Brown. Now, the biggest reason why I've not talked about Robyn a great deal is because she is always the mediator, the quote-unquote good guy. She's so supportive of all the other sister wives while also being extremely supportive of Cody. And anytime there is a situation, Robyn's always there to pick up the pieces and give everyone advice. There's hardly ever any altercations between her and Cody because she bends to Cody's every want and need. I think it's pretty obvious to me and so many of you that Robyn is most definitely Cody's favorite. And even when there are those very rare situations where she does disagree with Cody, she makes sure to have a very gentle conversation with him. And by the end of the conversation, she makes Cody believe it was his idea all along. There is no denying it. Robyn Brown is really good at playing all sides of the fence, and her manipulation tactics are on point. But in the last episode of Sister Wives, when we see Cody's very extreme COVID rules, it becomes way too obvious that Robyn Brown is behind it all. Do not get me wrong, you guys. I do think it is very important to follow the rules and to do everything humanly possible to keep your family safe and others around you during this pandemic so that we can one day get back to a place of normalcy. But Cody's rules are extreme, and to be quite honest with you guys, I do feel like there is an ulterior motive here. I feel like it is an excuse so that he doesn't have to be in 10 places at once. And I do feel like Robyn and Cody both are utilizing COVID to their advantage. The question is, why does Robyn care so much? What is the end goal in all of this? We're going to talk about my opinions, but most importantly, we're going to see what you guys had to say. The fans have been extremely vocal with their opinions on Robyn Brown and everything to do with these very insane COVID rules. And I have to say, I agree with quite a bit of them. Before we get into the many tweets and comments from the fans, I do want to play this clip from Cody's own children. In case you missed the last episode, they are fed up of Cody's behaviors and his insane rules. At the end of the day, they are the ones that are being affected by this and hurting. Not only are they not getting quality time with their own dad, but the rest of their family as well.
So since COVID began, we've been struggling to figure out how to manage Garrison and Gabriel's activities outside of the home. They have friends. Garrison works. Gabriel has school. That doesn't all mesh with what Cody perceives is the way to handle the risk. So I have kind of this little sort of apartment attached to the house that I rent. He can be self-sufficient. He's got a washer and dryer, his own bathroom, his own kitchen. So it'll be a change because I'll see him come and go, and I'll see his car in the driveway, but he won't be coming over to raid my fridge or get a cup of coffee or something. So your dad is way more careful. And I'm just trying to make sure he feels comfortable still coming here and that we're protecting everybody in the family.
But if he comes within 2 weeks, I won't be able to see him.
Yeah.
So now that the summer's kind of over and cases are going down, things are starting to get a little bit heated with my dad right now. I'm pissed. I think we should be all together. I literally don't understand why we're all quarantining separate. Don't get me wrong, I still think we should be safe, but if I end up getting it and then I recover, if that doesn't change the game, then this was never about COVID at all in the first place.
Like I said, it is very obvious that they are hurting right now and they don't feel like their father cares about them enough to even spend time with them. And to use COVID as the excuse on why you're not seeing your own children, it just seems very, very insensitive. The thing is I know everyone in the world has their own rules when it comes to dealing with this COVID. And if your children are grown, I know there's a lot of families out there right now who are not seeing one another because of COVID. Someone in the family is at risk. If they get it could be really bad for them. They have a lot of medical issues. I understand families doing what they have to do to protect other family members. But Cody is also doing this with his small children. And I'm sorry, but from where I'm standing as a mother of 3, my My small children depend on me. They need me and their father in their life. And if they were to get COVID, as heartbreaking as that would be, I would have no choice but to take care of them. I cannot quarantine for my children because then who is going to be there to take care of them? Those babies need their dad and their mother to be there. And the fact that Cody gets a choice that he's not going to be there, the dynamic of all of that is really confusing to me. The small children are missing quality time with their dad, and they're going to grow up not really even knowing who he is because of it. And when it comes to the grown kids, they see exactly what's going down and they're calling his bluff, because even though COVID is the excuse that's being used, it seems as if it is just being used as an excuse and that Cody just doesn't want to be around them. And as a child, thinking that your dad doesn't want anything to do with you, that can cause some seriously deep-rooted issues as they grow. And the worst part of all of this is Robyn and her kids are not being neglected at all. So why wouldn't the other side of the family feel some type of way about that? And this comes down to my conclusion, friends. I feel like Robyn Brown is selfish. She's greedy. She wants Cody all to herself for her and her kids. She doesn't really care if the other kids get to see their dad or not, or if the other quote-unquote wives get to see him or not. As long as she's not being neglected, at the end of the day, that's all that matters to her. And like I said before, you guys, I am not the only one who feels this way. One fan wrote over on Twitter, "Why though? Why does she expect all the kids to stop living their lives just because she wants to stay distant?" Oh, I know, because that's typically how it goes. Everyone follows Robyn. Whoops, I meant Cody's orders. This fan wrote, "Robyn is upset that she is responsible of enforcing the rules she set in place for her kids. That's how parenting works, my girl." And then, of course, one of my personal favorites, Robyn. "I have to be the bad guy? Me. If the shoe fits." #SisterWives. Y'all, please let me know what you think of all of this in the comments down below. Do you believe that Robyn is being extremely selfish in all of this? Or do you agree with Cody and Robyn's extreme rules? Also, if you want to stay in the loop with everything to do with the Sister Wives, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing before you go, and tapping the bell for post notifications. That way you are notified every single time I upload. I appreciate all of y'all to the moon and stars, and until the next time, mwah. Bye guys!